Hi, everyone. We are doing two videos back to back because I wanted to split up the tax identification numbers from the special reporting situations for Form W2. So today we are going to be still working through the W2 instructions and doing the special instructions. So we're going to share the screen here. Adoption benefits, amount paid or expenses incurred by an employer for qualified adoption expenses under an adoption assistance program are not subject to federal income tax withholding and are not reportable in box 1. However, these amounts, including adoption benefits paid from a Section 125 cafeteria plan, but not including adoption benefits forfeited from a cafeteria plan, are subject to Social Security, Medicare, and railroad retirement taxes and must be reported in boxes 3 and 5. Use box 14 if railroad retirement taxes apply. Also, the total amount, including any amount in excess of the $14,440 exclusion, must be reported in box 12 with the code T. For more information on reporting adoption benefits in box 12, see code T adoption benefits later. For more information on adoption benefits, see Notice 97-9, 1997-1, CB 365, which is on page 35 of Internal Revenue Bulletin 1997-2 at irs.gov/pub/irs-IRBS-IRB 97-02.pdf. Advise your employees to see the instructions for Form 8839 qualified adoption expenses. Agent reporting. An agent who has an approved Form 2678 employer payer appointment of agent should enter the following in box C of Form W2. The name of agent, agent 4, name of employer, and address of agent. Each Form W2 should reflect the EIN of the agent in box B. An agent files one Form W3 for all of the Forms W2 and enters its own information in boxes E, F, and G of Form W3 as it appears on the agent's related employment tax returns. For example, Form 941. Enter the client's employer identification number in box H of Form W3 if the Forms W2 relate only to one employer other than the agent. If not, leave box H blank. If the agent is acting as an agent for 2 or more employers or is an employer and is acting as an agent for another employer, and B, pays Social Security wages to an individual on behalf of more than one employer, the agent should file separate Forms W2 for the affected employee reflecting the wages paid by each employer. See Rev Proc 2013-39, 2013-52 IRB 830, available at irs.gov. I'm not going to read the whole link. And the Form 2678 instructions for procedures to be followed in applying to be an agent. Tip: generally, an agent is not responsible for refunding excess Social Security or railroad retirement tax withheld from employees. If an employee worked for more than one employer during 2021 and had more than $8,853.60 in Social Security and Tier 1 RRTA tax withheld, he or she should claim the excess in the appropriate line of Form 1040, 1040-SR, 1040-NR. If an employee had more than $5,203.80 in Tier 2 RRTA tax withheld from more than one employer, the employee should claim a refund on Form 843, claim for refund and request for an abatement. Archer MSA, an employer's contribution to an employee's Archer MSA is not subject to federal income tax withholding or Social Security, Medicare, or railroad retirement taxes if it is reasonable to believe at the time of the payment that the contribution will be excludable from the employee's income. However, if it is not reasonable to believe at the time of payment that the contribution will be excludable from the employee's income tax, employer contributions are subject to income tax withholding and Social Security and Medicare taxes, or railroad retirement taxes if applicable, and must be reported in boxes 1, 3, and 5. Use box 14 if railroad retirement taxes apply. You must report all employer contributions to an Archer MSA in box 12 of Form W2 with the code R, employer contribution to Archer MSA that are not excludable from the income of the employee must also be reported in boxes 1, 3, and 5, and box 14 if railroad retirement taxes apply. An employee's contribution to Archer MSA are includable in income as wages and are subject to federal income tax withholding and Social Security and Medicare taxes, or railroad retirement taxes if applicable. Employee contributions are deductible within limits on the employee's Form 1040 or 1040 SR. For more information, see Pub 969, Health Savings Accounts and Other Tax Favored Health Plans, and Notice 96-53, which is found on page 5 of the Internal Revenue Bulletin 1996-51, found at the following web link. Clergy and religious workers. For certain members of the clergy and religious workers who are not subject to Social Security and Medicare taxes as employees, boxes 3 and 5 of Form W2 should be left blank. You may include a minister's parsonage and or utility allowance in box 14. For information on the rules that apply to ministers and certain other religious workers, see publication 517, Social Security and other information for members of the clergy and religious workers, and section 4 in publication 15A. And that's where we're going to leave it off today. Tomorrow we'll start talking about deceased employees' wages because they get fairly complicated and there's a lot of instructions on them, as you can see. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And please, if you are in other social media and people are asking questions that pertain to a certain video where we're reading the instructions, please share the link so that more people can get this content. Thank you. We'll see you guys all.